In the United States, December 13, 1974, police logs document a quiet suburban address. 6 recorded gunshots minutes apart. Investigators note no forced entry, no struggle, and a house already waiting silently watching a wake. Emergency calls are automatically recorded, time-stamped, and archived. At approximately 6:30 a.m., a male voice reports his parents shot. Dispatchers hear no panic, only pauses, breathing, and an address repeated with unsettling precision. Responding officers enter without resistance. Inside, temperatures remain normal. Bodies are found face down in beds. No signs of awakening. Ballistics later confirm each victim was shot while sleeping methodically, without interruption. Crime scene photographs show every victim lying prone, heads turned left. Investigators question probability. Gunfire should awaken sleepers. Yet reports note no movement, no escape attempts, and no defensive injuries anywhere. One family member survives. 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. claims he slept through everything. Detectives record his statement verbatim, noting flat effect, inconsistent timelines, and an absence of visible shock. Within hours, Ronald DeFeo Jr. changes his account. Detectives document a verbal confession. He describes voices, pressure, and unseen force. Official transcripts record no evidence supporting coercion, intoxication, or psychological break at that moment. In November 1975, a New York jury convicted DeFeo of 6 counts of second-degree murder. Sentencing records show life imprisonment. The house at 112 Ocean Avenue is left empty, structurally intact, psychologically charged. 13 months later, the Lutz family purchases a property at a reduced price. Real estate disclosures legally list the murders. Records confirm buyers acknowledge awareness, believing renovations and faith would neutralize residual psychological impact. The family moves on December 18, 1975. No immediate disturbances are reported. Heating functions normally. Pets behave predictably. Journals later state the house felt cold, despite thermostats indicating stable internal temperatures. Within days, multiple family members report vivid nightmares. Sleep logs describe synchronized waking times. Medical literature offers no explanation for shared dream content absent external stimulus, stress contagion, or deliberate suggestion. A small upstairs bedroom is designated for children's play. Kathleen reports sensations of cold localized the space. Thermometer readings remain unchanged. Observations are documented without conclusions, pending corroboration. At night, George reports hearing indistinct noises, knocking, dragging, footsteps. Structural inspections later find no plumbing faults. Audio recordings made afterward capture only ambient silence, offering no mechanical explanation. George inspects the basement repeatedly. He notes unexplained drafts and odors. Building records show no prior water damage. Walls remain dry. Inspectors later report normal foundation integrity for the property's age. Behavioral shifts are noted by acquaintances. George grows irritable, withdrawn. Kathleen records persistent dread. No chemical exposure is identified. Psychological evaluations later classify symptoms as situational stress, without ruling out environmental influence. George begins waking nightly at exactly 3:15 a.m. Time aligns with estimated DeFeo murders. Investigators later confirm no alarm mechanisms. Sleep specialists no fixation reinforcement. Yet coincidence frequency exceeds standard parasomnia patterns. The family contact a local priest. Records identify Father Ralph Pecoraro. He agrees to bless the house. No prior supernatural claims exist in his parish history, according to diocesan documentation from that period. During the blessing, the priest reports an intense sensation of cold. Witness statements describe a male voice commanding him to leave. No audio recordings exist. Father Pecoraro later refuses to re-enter the residence. Following the visit, Kathleen reports physical illness. Medical records list fever and nausea, without diagnosis. Physicians find no infection. Symptoms subside only after temporary removal from the house environment. George discovers a black substance seeping through basement walls. Laboratory tests identify it as organic residue mixed with animal hair. No structural breach explains its appearance. Samples are later lost. George reports hearing voices urging violent action. Psychological assessment later notes intrusive thoughts but no prior history. Stress alone fails to explain specific phrasing documented in contemporaneous journal entries. Children report seeing a red-eyed figure resembling a pig. Testimony remains consistent across interviews. No drawings are shared between them. Psychologists later debate suggestion versus shared environmental hallucination. George begins documenting events on cassette tape. Entries grow fragmented, emotional. Later analysis reveals no tampering. Audio experts confirm recordings contain only George's voice and extended periods of silence. Thermal inconsistencies intensify. Certain rooms register near-freezing temperatures. HVAC inspections reveal normal operation. Experts later note localized cold without airflow contradicts conventional environmental behavior. Furniture shows unexplained damage. Doors splinter without force. Locksmiths report no mechanical stress. Photographs taken later depict accelerated were inconsistent with occupancy duration. By January, fear dominates daily routine. The family sleeps clothed, lights on. Journals describe constant surveillance sensation. No external threat is identified. Investigators later label the environment psychologically untenable. On January 28, 1976, the family flees the house overnight. Police logs confirm abrupt departure. Possessions are abandoned. No theft reported. Temperatures stabilize immediately after vacancy, according to utility service records thereafter documented. Neighbors report sudden silence after departure. No lights, no sounds. Surveillance is informal. Police note absence of follow-up incidents. The house remains unoccupied for weeks, producing no additional emergency calls or complaints. Paranormal investigators enter with recording equipment. Baseline tests reveal no electromagnetic anomalies. Photographs show normal development. Despite this, participants independently report discomfort, dread, and disorientation lasting several hours after exiting. One infrared photograph later circulates publicly. It appears to show a childlike figure near the staircase. Analysts dispute pareidolia versus anomaly. Original negatives are never independently authenticated. News coverage escalates nationally. Reports emphasize unresolved questions rather than claims. Ratings increase. Public fascination intensifies. Skeptics and believers polarize discourse, while the house itself remains physically unchanged, legally inhabitable, and unsold. The Lutz family recounts experiences to writers and attorneys. Timelines compress. Language becomes dramatic. Critics later note inconsistencies. No sworn testimony is ever filed under penalty of perjury. In 1977, a book is published. It markets the events as true. Sales surge. Fact-checking standards differ from criminal procedure. Financial gain introduces irreversible narrative bias. Legal challenges follow. Prior investigators publicly retract supernatural conclusions. Courts classify claims as protected speech. No criminal fraud charges are filed. Truth becomes secondary to belief, interpretation, and profit. Subsequent owners report no comparable phenomena. Renovations alter appearance. Occupancy resumes normally. Property records show standard resale patterns. The address remains unchanged, its reputation persisting independently of documented activity. Investigators conclude no definitive cause. Psychological stress, suggestion, and trauma remain plausible, yet timelines align too closely. Official files end unresolved. The house offers no statements, only continued presence. Independent review reveals critical details emerged only after publicity began. Early police statements lacked supernatural references. Chronology shows escalation followed exposure. Investigators note memory reconstruction often intensifies under repetition, attention, and external validation pressure. Structures cannot testify. Would absorb sound, not intent. Brick records stress, not memory. The house provides no data beyond physical measurements. Meaning is assigned externally, shaped by narrative, fear, and unresolved collective trauma. 6 verified homicides occurred here. That fact remains uncontested. Ballistics, confessions, and convictions stand. Any haunting narrative exists separately from the crime itself, which requires no embellishment to remain profoundly disturbing. Belief persists despite contradiction. Surveys show audiences recall emotion over evidence. Once fear embeds, retraction fails. The Amityville story survives because uncertainty is more compelling than resolution, and doubt leaves space for imagination. 112 Ocean Avenue still stands. It no longer claims victims, yet its address triggers memory, speculation, and unease. Officially, the case is closed. Culturally, it never will be.